ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Yam was reflecting on the nature of Supreme Brahman. Sri Ramakrishna was telling him, while working in the world, you must keep the relationship with God, that He is Master and you are servant. Yam was always reflecting on the nature of Supreme Brahman, commonly. Yam was always reflecting. Master to Yam. Like the Akasha, Brahman is without any modifications. Beautiful expression. There are no modifications in Akasha, space. Things may come, appear, disappear. Fire may be burning. It cannot change its nature of the space which has given room to it. It cannot burn space. It lives in the space, yet it cannot harm, nor does space instigate anything to do or not to do. No participation, but it gives the room for all things to exist, appear and disappear. No modifications. It has become manifold because of Shakti. Many things are there in it. Again, Brahman is like fire, which itself has no color. The fire appears white if you throw a white substance into it, red if you throw a red, black if you throw a black. The three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, belong to Shakti alone, the power. The power or energy with which the things are moving on is called the gunas, sattva, raja, tama. Now, when I am sleeping, there is only one mind with so many memories and all. This mind is projecting, I am not having body. When I sleep, the physical body is lying down. I enter into dream state, another level of consciousness, when the whole mind projects a beautiful world. And I participate in it. I identify with the dream body and pass through. Now one has become many. One mind has become the whole universe, good, bad, right, wrong, actions, perception, all things, whatever is happening in the world. With material objects you see around, everything is one mind has become. The sattva, raja, tamas, in dream also, whatever I see, I cognize is mind. Rajas, movements and activities you see in dream are also mind. All the objects that are there and people's bodies are also the mind. Sattva, raja, tamas belong to Shakti. There is a power of mind that it can project a dream world. It has a power. Now I have certain powers in me. I can speak, I can understand, I can move about, I can interact. All these Shakti's powers in me or energy in me, I withdraw when I sleep. And deep, I move from the waking state to dream state to deep sleep, and all these energies, all these powers that I have becomes one with me. Shakti. The Shakti is manifesting as action. as perception. Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, what all I am projecting forth is manifestation. My movements are manifestation of Shakti. The Chaitanya is as it is within. Its power, my existence is as it is within. I am ocean of bliss. I am Atman, but its manifestation is my movements, my identity with body. All these are products of my powers, Shakti. Brahma, same with the cosmic level. Brahman itself is beyond the three gunas. Mind is beyond the movements and everything. What Brahman is cannot be described. It is beyond words because we don't have senses of any type. Mind and intellect also are products of nature. They cannot know what is beyond. That which remains after everything is eliminated by Vedantic process of not this, and which is of the nature of bliss, is Brahman, the Ananda. When you go to the Atman, turning inward, taking the inward journey, crossing the Annamaya, Manomaya, Pranamaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, and reaching the Self, you will see that it is ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara. You are floating in it as Ananda. Being a Ananda yourself, you are floating in the ocean of Ananda. Suppose the husband of a young girl has come to his father-in-law's house and is seated in the drawing room with other young men of his age. The girl and her friends are looking at them through the window. Her friends do not know her husband and asked her to pointing to one man, "Is that your husband?" "No," she answers, smiling. They point to the another young man, ask if he is her husband. Again she answers no. They repeat the question, referring to the third. She gives the same answer. At last they point out to her husband and ask, "Is he the one?" She says neither yes nor no, but only smiles and keeps quiet. Her friends realize that he is her husband. One becomes silent on realizing the true nature of Brahman. When one realizes the true nature of Brahman, the source of all that exists, and is the same thing which is deep within me as my real existence, that is, I am Brahman, is deep within at the core of my existence. On that pivot is standing all these three bodies, making me pass through the three states of existence, Jagrata, Swapna, Sushupti. But within, deep within, I am the bliss, absolute. One becomes silent on realizing the true nature of Brahman, because the true nature of Brahman is what I am, beyond the bodily existence, beyond the mind, senses, all the covers that I have put on. I transcend and go, I find myself infinite, eternal and ocean of bliss, Ananda Sagara. To M, well, why do I talk so much? M, you talk in order to awaken the spiritual consciousness of devotees. You once said that when an uncooked luchi is dropped into boiling ghee, It makes jizzling noise. The master began to talk to him about Hazra. All this conversation went on. She went on explaining the Brahmanhood, then how a man means absolute fulfillment in life, what is expecting, total freedom, eternal freedom from nature, no loss of nature anymore bind. You enter the life eternal, independent of nature, in the ocean of bliss of eternity. And that is, whole thing is explaining, because now and then M is thinking of the absolute existence, the Satchidananda. M was always reflecting on the nature of Supreme Brahman. So Sri Ramakrishna is explaining, but now and then we see him warning, see, don't reason much. Reasoning is different. Reasoning and logic cannot reveal the truth. Love, you go by bhakti path. If you reason too much, your bhakti will be lost. Devotion to God, love of God will decline. Why do we need love of God? Because Sri Ramakrishna says, you see, by Jnana Marga, you will know the Master. You will realize God. But to enter his inner apartments, have absolute privacy, you will not be able to go unless you have the love. The love makes you enter the inner apartments of God, where others are not allowed. He is realized. People have realized God. They are one with Him. They can merge in Him. They are free from nature. Everything is there. But something more, that to freely move about in the inner department, in the inner apartments of the Lord, is not possible without bhakti. So he wants to cultivate that bhakti, the devotion. Then he changes the topic. Why do I talk so much? The talk, M is answering. The talk is in order to awaken the spiritual consciousness of the devotees. It is not for your sake. It is for the awakening of the devotees, and this will reach others. You once said, when uncooked luchi is dropped into the boiling ghee, it makes sizzling noise. The master began to talk about Hazra. Sri Ramakrishna is asking this, why am I talking so much? To know how much deep has he gone in his path, to know the avatara. Sri Ramakrishna is avatara who has come to redeem the whole humanity and give a path for the future generations of the generation who are coming of pure spirituality, wherein all religions get culminated, has their culmination, has their source. So there we are going to reach. Master began to talk about Hazra. Do you know the nature of a good man? He never troubles others. He does not harass people. The nature of some people is such that they go to the feast, they want special seats. A man who has true devotion to God never makes a false step, never gives others' trouble for nothing. It is not good to live in the company of bad people. A man should stay away from them and thus protect himself to them. Is not that so? All good and bad are inevitable part of creation, because Satchidananda, the Brahman, is one ocean of bliss. But when anything, even a small iota of Brahman, splits into two to become the world, because duality is there. If there is non-dual, there is only Ananda Sagara. When world, if you want to create, or world has to manifest, it must split into two. There must be duality, and duality becomes multiplicity. And this partition, once a thing becomes two, then there is one positive and one negative. When they merge back, it becomes neutral. Each neutralizes the other. When they split, there are two, good and bad, dharma and adharma, righteousness and unrighteousness. Two different, distinct entities come into picture. You can't avoid. So, it is not good to be in the company of bad people. So, don't be in their company, because it doesn't help you in your path to evolution, to realize God. It takes you in the path of involution, getting entangled in the world. Sir, the mind sinks far down in the company of the wicked. But it is quite different with a hero, as you say. Now, the company of wicked, the natural tendency of man is slowly to be influenced by the company in which we move. There is a proverb, tell me who your friends are, I will tell you what you are. So the company slowly influences in such a way that you, without knowing, you are slipping down into their path. One is imitative tendency, mob mentality, whatever is the other. The world is, the whole human consciousness is such to follow the trend. Gatanugatiko lokaha. This world is gatanugatika. One man goes in a particular direction, all starts moving in that direction. So in this, in company of bad people, unless you are holding on to a higher ideal, you are busy with that, and or you are a master of yourself, master of situation, then no, nothing to fear. Once you have reached certain stage of stability, you can put yourself anywhere, amidst the wicked or amidst the unholy people or wicked people. Now what happens is, this person's personality transforms. A weaker person goes, normal person goes, he will be highly influenced. But it's quite different with a hero. Hero is one who has mastered himself. As you say, master, how is that? When fire is feeble, it goes out when even small stick is thrown into it. But a blazing fire is not affected even by the plantain tree is thrown into it. The tree itself is burned to ashes. Small fire is there, like lamp burning. If you put a stick on it, immediately it gets put off. But blazing fire, you can put even plantain tree. Plantain tree is one which is full of wetness, that doesn't burn like dry wood. that also gets burnt to ashes if it is blazing fire. The master asked him about his friend Hari Babu, the purpose for which they have come. He has come here to pay you his respects. He lost his wife long ago. Master to Hari, what kind of work do you do? Nothing in particular, but at home he takes care of his parents and his brothers and sisters. Master with a smile, how is that? You are like the elder pumpkin cutter. You are neither man of the world nor a devotee of God. That is not good. You must have seen the sort of elderly man who lives in the family and always ready day and night to entertain children. He sits in the parlor and smokes hubble with nothing in particular to do. He leads a lazy life. Now and again, he goes to the inner court and cuts a pumpkin, for since women do not cut pumpkin, they send the children to ask him to come and do it. That is the extent of his usefulness, hence his nickname, Elder the Pumpkin Cutter. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, never become nishkama, nirudyogi. Don't retire from akama, not nishkama. Nishkama is free from desires, kamaless, nishkama karma. Sri Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भूः मा ते संगोस्ति akarmani. Akarmani, don't become a one who has given up all works. Akarmani. Karmanyeva, you have to do work, because even breathing, life has to go means there must be some activity. Even sadhus who do not cook their food, they have to go for begging 4 doors every day. That much act they have to do to fill their stomach. In Sanskrit, there is a proverb that nahi simmasya mukhe pravishanti mrigaha. Nahi suptasya simmasya mukhe pravishanti mrigaha. Now, lion is lying down and sleeping, no prey will go and enter his mouth. He has to strive, he has to search, he has to attack, he has to kill, and then he will get the food. So, like that, you cannot attain anything in your life without action. Even breathing is action. Sri Ramakrishna says, breathing. You have to attend to all things of life. Don't sit idle. Don't give up work and activities. Be active, doing all parts of your life. You must do this as well as that. Do your duties in the world and also fix your mind on the lotus feet of the Lord. Both you have to do. We need the secular and spiritual. Read books of devotion like the Bhagavata or the life of Chaitanya when you are alone and having nothing else to do. It was about 10 o'clock. Sri Ramakrishna finished a light supper of farina pudding and 1 or 2 luchis. After saluting him, Yam and his friend took their leave. how Sri Ramakrishna is instructing, bringing a man. When asked, he is telling, nothing such to do, I am not doing anything such things. I am just spending my time idly. M is introducing him, he is taking care of his father, brothers and sisters. That is not his duty at all. The whole thing is he must struggle. Somebody is earning, somebody is bringing, somebody is just taking care. He has to earn. He has to look after himself. He has to depend upon himself. Do all activities maintaining himself, his family and all. And then do the spiritual practices to transcend and go beyond. So the moment we leave activity, the tendency is to be enter into tamas. Raga, dvesha, ahankara, all these are manifestations of tamas. Nidra, alasya is the lowest. Raga, dvesha is there. The moment I am becoming angry, it is manifestation of tamas. If I am getting angry because my desires are unfulfilled, it is the tamas is based on the rajas, my desires. Somebody is doing a wrong thing, I get angry. A child is going astray, I get angry. Doesn't obey, I get angry. This anger and all that, which are not genuine, because I am getting troubled, that anger is only the anger of tamas, manifestation of tamas. All this has to be eliminated, and slowly we have to evolve to the pure love and devotion. On one side, doing all the duties. This is the main teaching of Bhagavad Gita and all scriptures. Do your duties, call on God, transcend the nature, and enter the eternal freedom. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.